What is going on YouTube? So we're looking here at my current crew at this current point in the game. So just for clarification, I did reroll and I did want to get Centurion. I ended up getting her, which is a major pog because I do think in the current point in the game for global, that is, I think Centurion is actually the queen of reverse 1999. I don't think you can actually get better really in terms of damage output. I mean, we can just go ahead and look at her first basic skill being the Victorious General. She does reality damage. That's just what she does. However, based on how much moxie you have, she continues the overall damage output that she does. At 3 stars, you know, the caster's moxie times 35. So let's say you have 5 moxie. That's an additional that's 165% damage on top of the 450 in terms of her single target, which is fantastic. Her outdoor superstar, which is her AoE 2 target damage, she does a massive amount of damage, as well as granting herself additional moxie when she gets to 2 stars, and then 3 stars giving her 3 moxie. Her ultimate, being the reality show premiere, is an AoE attack. It does damage to everybody on the field. You deal reality damage and you inflict weakness on all enemies, enabling you to do 25% more damage, which is freaking crazy. And then her hot sauce expert, her insight stack, her abilities, obviously insight 1 for each moxie that she owns. She gains an additional 6% damage at insight 2, 10% critical rate when she enters the battle. And then once you get to insight 3, when the caster loses moxie, she gains HP up to 20%. So she's very self-sustainable, not to the point that Eternity is, where you can solo stuff, but I do think that that Centurion, if you have a dedicated healer for her, let's say like think of the name, Medicine Pocket, I do think that you can actually do stupid amounts of damage with Centurion and not have to worry about anything. The ideal Psych Tube preference that you want is going to be the hopscotch. And if you don't know, in your consumables you have what looks like to be an oven, and you can actually use that to get a 6-star Psych Cube to equip onto your units. For Centurion, this is actually the best one because your ultimate strength increases, and after every target you destroy, and it stacks up to 4 times. So 4%, that could be up to 16%, and it's an AoE. That's really what you want to focus on with Centurion. It's just, you know, when the game first came out, everyone was discussing who you should reroll for, who you should prioritize and focus on, and majority of the consensus was Centurion, and there's a good reason why. It's because of her AoE damage, her ability to self-sustain with the damage, and her HP. Again, all you need is just 1 healer, and then you're pretty much set. Her portrait is, once you get all the way up to 5, the single target is going to deal additional damage based, or the caster's moxie based off these multipliers for the different stars. I've actually managed to pull a duplicate, so my multipliers for the moxie for 1 star goes from 14, 21 to 35. And then, you know, once you just continue to pull copies or whatever, you can increase the basic stats of your attacks. That goes for everyone. So it's just, she's just so good. I do genuinely believe that she's the unquestioned best unit currently in the game. And on the Chinese version of the game, she is still arguably one of the best units in the game, probably with competition from Black Dwarf. I don't know about 37 or 6. I don't know their kits yet because it hasn't been fully translated. as far as I'm aware. But it's crazy how much Centurion can do. And I mean, how can you not like the Insight 2 art? I mean, come on. But yeah, Centurion is definitely a major focus on players to get. I would say between her and Eternity for your main DPS units are the primary focus, because how much they can carry you in the current state of the game, with the game being brand new and people still learning on what to do. If you have a major damage dealer such as Centurion, you're going to be set for the foreseeable future.